Very well, sir. I challenge you to a duel.
Gum gum.
Hey, what's up, y'all? And we are back with another action figure review, or more so, we're gonna call this an overview. I really just wanted to talk about this guy for a second. This is the Monkey D. Luffy, aka the King of Pirates, from Imagination Works. And this is my first Imagination Works figure. I was thinking about getting the Goku that they did, but after I seen some reviews for it, I realized, man, it wasn't really all that good. So I passed on that. But this Monkey D. Luffy is freaking awesome. I've only watched One Piece on Netflix, so my experience and my knowledge knowing One Piece is kind of limited. But from what I've seen, man, this anime is actually pretty awesome. I think it's kind of funny. It's a little loud, a little high-strung a little bit.
I require nourishment.
Inside.
Thank you.
I think that what they did for the figure, like, it translates freaking awesome, like perfectly. You'll see the eyes are a little recessed, and I'll get to that later as one of the it's kind of one of the drawbacks to this figure. Something I wish they did a little bit different. But as far as the sculpt work on the hair, like, look at the hair. It looks like there's some brown in there too, maybe some red. But the sculpt work for it looks freaking awesome. This hat and the shirt does not come on them straight out of the package. You gotta put that on there, but the hat is done beautifully. Like, you could run your fingers through it and it feels just like a real straw hat. Like, I don't know, that's pretty cool. It looks like a wash or something inside the red. That looks good too. The shirt is tailored really tight, but he can pretty much get most of the range that you need. You just gotta be really, really careful because you can't see the joints. So that's a little bit of a hurdle to get over when you're posing and stuff. But I do like the gold touch for the buttons. It's like raised. The sculpt work for the chest looks good. It's raised a little bit. The details for that looks nice as well. At the end of the rope part, there is two pegs that peg into the hat. So you could just unplug those to put the hat on. So that's pretty cool. I did notice that the hands look a little ate up. You can see that right there. I just noticed that, so that's a little unfortunate, but it's not that big of a deal. Some shading going on the sash. I think that's called a sash. That looks pretty good too. I don't know if the camera's really gonna pick that up. Then he's got dry brushing and stuff going on all around the shorts, which looks good. The sculpt work for this part right here. Colors in it, the wash. This figure looks pretty good, man. Look at sculpt work for the feet. You can see the toenails, bottom of the feet. Going over this guy's articulation, so the head movement is actually a little bit limited. There's just a post going into the bottom of his face and a ball going into the neck. So he can only look up about that much. There's another joint at the neck, but he can only look up about that much. So that definitely could be better. As far as looking down, he looks down a pretty good amount though. You do have a nice side-to-side motion. Nice attitude right there. Circular motion. You get his arms up with the shirt on. About that much. So that's pretty good. You mostly get a full rotation, but just be really, really careful with it. I wouldn't try to go further than that. But with the shirt off, he can go that much. Elbows getting in about that much, so that's pretty good. Got a bicep rotation right there. I think there's two joints at the torso, and I actually think I popped out the part that's just under the chest. But going forward, goes forward a pretty decent amount. It's a squishy part for the torso. But yeah, he goes forward a decent amount. You do get your side-to-side motion, which looks really good. Of course, you got your forward rotation. Goes back about that much. Swivel hinge rotation at the wrist. Soft floating piece for the sash, so that gets out of the way and you can get his legs mostly all the way out. So that's pretty good. You got a rotation right there as well. You also have a rotation at the knees. His legs go out about that much. That's a pretty good amount. Legs go back a little bit. So at the end of his shorts, there are two pieces that are kind of cut, if you can see that. And these tuck in to give him more range at the knees. So this is what it looks like if you just use it as is. But, and this part might get caught in too. Like, you got to be careful how you tuck this sleeve, and you might have to like push it inward and then tuck it. But yeah, it comes up just like that. All right, so yeah, it gives them a little bit more range, so that's pretty cool. Rotation at the ankles, it's a little tight. His feet can go down about that much, so that's okay. Feet goes up. There's also a toe hinge. And you get an awesome rocker. I'm gonna leave the accessories in the package, so please excuse the plastic, but he's got two different heads. One of them has the port you can use for the strings to make him sit in different variations on his back and stuff. The other one does not. You can use that to put it on his head, which comes with a second head right there that you can use to interchange it with. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad they thought of that. They included two hats. That's awesome. The face plates, the eyes come out, as you can see. I do like the facial expression on all of them. They look good. They look good. And then these hands right here, I'm not exactly sure. I haven't gotten to the part of the Netflix series where they explain the hands. So it looks hot. Maybe some dark energy going on with it. I do like the finish for that. Of course, you got the alternate string right there. And then you have a good amount of hands too. The chop hands and the grip hands. And actually, he doesn't come with any grip hands, so that's unfortunate. Swap out the forearms. You just pretty much wiggle out this piece right here. And the whole piece just slides off and you replace it with the new one. It does come with this plate with different eyes looking in different directions. These eyes at the bottom are styled a little bit differently. You can see it's a ring around them. I'm not sure what that signifies either, maybe empowering up or something like that. But the one thing I want to show you about the eyes that kind of frustrates me a little bit is that the plates are done differently. So it's not completely modular with his face plates. Like, the designs on the back of these plates aren't completely the same. So the eyes are not completely modular, and that will explain why I'm shaking the camera. That will explain why his eyes are recessed. Now I'm gonna remove the hair and show you how it looks. This is how you swap it out in case you need to know that. Take off the faceplate. So this particular faceplate, the keys aren't exactly sculpted the same, so it's not gonna lock in. So that is unfortunate. That's one thing I wish they would have changed about it, made them all modular. But I mean, it's not excruciating, I guess. It comes with what I'll call a trench coat. There's a wire that runs all the way through it, except for like maybe at the collar. The wire is it's decent. It's not too bad. And this tab right here, I guess you just slide that over his shirt, the collar of his shirt, and it kind of just sits over his shoulders. So this coat is pretty nice. I like that. It's a nice material too. He does come with this nice little stand right here. The Imagination Works Monkey D. Luffy. That looks cool. I like that. He has these adapter pieces. I'm not sure exactly how to use those. Might have to go and check out another review or something like that for that. So fairly solid articulation. He's got great accessories. If there's one thing that I would say he's missing is maybe some stretching limbs. So that's unfortunate thing. Quick size comparisons. Here we have him next to a Storm Collectibles Evil Ryu and the only other One Piece figure that I have, which is Mecha House Porgus the Ace. We have him next to your Revoltech Woody and your SH Figure Arts Buzz Lightyear. And lastly, here we have him next to your G.I. Joe Classified Series Roadblock, looking like somebody's dad working for Amtrak. And we have the Kotobukiya Zero Model Kit. Final thoughts on the figure, man. I think that Imagination Works did a great job, if I ain't mentioned that already, which I did. And like, this is my definitive Monkey D. Luffy. I mean, if they come out with something else, like more of his outfit or something, I'd be all in for that. Some people express they don't like how the soft torso thing works, you know, but I've been into that since Storm Collectibles. McFarlane did it with his Witcher, and I think it works out really good with this figure in particular. His range is really good. He's got some great accessories, though. He could have used the limbs, as I mentioned, you know, like some deluxe thing. I would have paid more for that even, but, you know, they kind of dropped the ball a little bit with that. And they also dropped the ball as far as like his head movement. You know, I wish he did look up a little bit further. His articulation is pretty solid. I was thinking he also could have used like he only has one splayed out open hand for like the left side, I think. If he would have had one for the right, that would have been cool. And he doesn't come with any for the darker hands. So You know, I wish they would have did that. I also wish they would have came up with some gripping hands. That would have been cool. You could have used food or something like that. You know, put a drumstick in the dude hand or something, but you can't do any of that. And the thing about the eye plates bugs me a lot. But I mean, for the price point, I mean, like I said, it's hard to say anything is really worth it these days, but I'm pretty satisfied with what I got, and I would recommend it. That's the video, y'all. Give a like if you want to. Till then, catch you on the next one. Peace.